Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
Hey, Lauren.
Hello.
Hello.
It's episode 5.
Episode 5.
We're making it. Episode 5.
I'm real proud of us.
I am too. We had some good interviews so far.
Absolutely. So who are we talking to today, Lauren?
We're going to be talking to Chicago Tony.
Chicago Tony.
Oh, Chicago Tony. The best.
The best.
The best in the Midwest.
Best in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't know where Chicago is. I think the Midwest.
One of our favorite things when we go to travel or go to a new place, we like to go to a dive bar immediately because that's where you meet the locals and the weirdos, and the bartenders are always great.
Absolutely. And that's where I met Chicago Tony at Richard's Bar in Chicago.
He is fascinating.
He's hilarious. He's got some amazing stories. We're going to hear about a Burger King drugging, like a crazy haunting with oil dripping down the walls from probably a prostitute from times gone by.
A protective prostitute when he was in a bad relationship, which I love. I love that. I love a good haunting.
We've got some amped up Amsterdam tripping times. Yeah, it's real fucking fun.
That's good.
I'm excited about this one.
This is a really good interview. And he has a great accent. We love the Chicago accent so much.
You want a Coke?
Coke.
Burger and a Coke.
Burger and Coke.
It's pretty great.
It's great. So, welcome back
to the Whores
in Room 6.
So I found a fun new feature of Plenty of Fish. Or rather,
what is it, Coolio?
Well, so it's less a feature of Plenty of Fish and more just a way that people are enthusiastic to branch off.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't send pictures on this app. As you'll hear in this episode, there's a lot of nonsense that happens on here that I don't want to give away now.
Yeah.
But some people are real quick to want to switch to Snapchat.
I didn't even know Snapchat was still a thing.
You know, I didn't have it until a week ago.
And here's the thing about Snapchat is that you can take screenshots of things, so it really is kind of worthless.
I mean, you can, but the other person knows about it. So
wait, they know when you take a screenshot?
Yes, they do.
How?
Because the app sends them a notification. That's like the whole point of Snapchat is its pictures that
what?
disappear. Did you not know this?
No, I don't know shit about it. I'm
she's
not
on
on Snapchat,
guys. So you know that's okay. But yeah. So
if someone takes a screen grab of like whatever, it
will send a notification to the person whose screen has been
interesting.
grabbed.
So what do they do after that?
I don't know.
They like disappear.
Just know about it. No, so
fake their own death and just leave.
Just flee the country.
Like, what do you do after that? They're like, all right, I'm going to come find you.
I mean, I think the people who
That
are
seems
sending
dangerous.
to us, perhaps.
Yeah.
To others, I will tell you, not so much.
Okay.
Here's how I know this. Connected with, or rather, one gentleman whose name is Peter, which is ironic, messaged me and
Did he have a nice Peter?
Well, he
I
sure
had to
does.
say it.
So he told me that he was a voyeur and expressed that he likes
A voyeur or a lawyer?
Voyeur.
It's probably
he likes
a
to
combo.
have people watch him jerk off.
Okay.
So he was like, hey, here's my Snapchat. And I was like, hey, I'm going to download that because let's see what's going to come for me. So I did. And I have gotten probably 4 days worth of just point of view masturbation videos.
Well, your phone has been fucking dinging off the hook.
Oh, that's
It's
a separate
ding,
one.
ding.
This is a separate one.
Jesus Christ. Keep up.
I mean, the thing is, it's really fun to get dick pics because all I do is just
You show them to me, and then I'm like, that one's photoshopped.
I save them in a hidden
I like
folder
the
on my
filter they're
phone.
using on that.
You're like, that one definitely got stretched here.
That
so
one's
you
in
can
front of the
tell.
turlet.
Son
So,
of a bitch.
yeah.
But this guy, I mean, he's got consistently the same nice background. There's always like some
What's
girl
the background?
There's some girl on girl porn on like a widescreen TV and like some decent art pieces on the
Is
wall.
it like 80s like lesbian porn or
No, I mean it's like
that? Because that would be impressive to me if it was like old school. Like
no,
he's got
it's
a VHS
trashy,
tape.
mainstream blonde girl Pornhub porn.
Okay.
Like pretty stereotypical.
Well, I feel like he could have been more
he
creative.
could be a little
but
more
that's fine.
creative. Honestly,
That's
it's been the same kind of porn the
He
last.
could have been like, I'm into the vintage,
4 times.
like the vintage stuff.
I'm into full bush. I'm like,
Yeah.
that would be more exciting. This is just like, all right, let's just see you whacking it to
Does he do like a
long-haired
boomerang?
girls.
Is that a thing?
No, there's
No,
another
it's
guy
not.
who does that though.
Wait, no way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's a boomerang of him jacking off?
Well, so it's not a boomerang, but when it's like a 3-second video on Snapchat, apparently there's a feature where it will just replay itself. So yeah, it's a boomerang.
Oh my God.
Yeah. it's been fascinating. And then there's another guy who was like, "Hey, send me your phone number. So I'm gonna send you some pictures." I'm like, All right, fuck it. I can always block you.
You turned your location off, right?
Of course I did. I don't keep that shit on. God, I learned that after the phone sex.
Yes, ma'am. Good
But
on
yeah,
you.
so this one has sent me about 7 different various penis pictures in states of, mostly angles of arousal. It's been stiff the whole time. But people are garbage.
I mean, is it his bedroom? Does he have like a sheet up?
I mean,
Does he have curtains, or is it like a sheet over
no,
the window?
this guy's smart. This guy's smart and takes close-in pictures that are just his genital region and like a bedspread that looks like a nice enough bedspread. So
What is nice enough, though?
it means it's not like a tattered sheet underneath him that has bloodstains, I guess. I mean, this
Oh,
standards are fairly low.
All right.
But also,
why
you're
the
not-
bloodstains?
That was just the first worst thing I could think of is how it would not be a good bedspread.
Because he murdered people, or
Blood on it? I don't know. There wasn't
That
blood,
was a
Lauren.
okay, all right. I just
Suffice
have
to
questions.
say,
I'll ask you that.
No
in-
blood,
in
no
person.
weird stains.
Just like my co-star today asked. What did my co-star say? Hold up. It said ask like the difficult questions that you always
yeah.
wanted to know.
Well, okay.
Well,
Well, by all means, bud. Fire away.
are
as
there
they say.
windows in the? So you can always zoom in the background.
Not when it's a
can
full
find.
girl. Let me explain to you. It's a full shot. Picture a phone directly like 2.5 feet above your Jenny bits. It's just pointed at legs and balls and dick. So it's really kind of a smart way to send that sort of picture, because that way you avoid the whole hassle of making sure you don't have cords, grandma's quilt, a picture of a loved one, anything weird in the background.
I can figure it out. I'm gonna have to scroll through these and just like zoom in on some things. I'm on a mission now.
I mean, one
I'm
interesting
gonna
thing
uncover
was,
so many
he was
secrets.
like, oh, I want to show you a picture of my new cock ring. I was like, all right, dying to see.
Wait, you said he made it?
No, he just said he had a new one and he
Oh.
wanted to show me.
Okay.
So I said, absolutely, please do. But the interesting thing was I thought a cock ring just went around the actual penis. This is around the full testicles.
The full
Meat and 2 veg.
meat and 2 veg. Yep. I was like, I know that the beanie and the weenies. I don't know weenies and the weenie and the beanies. God damn it! I'm so cool.
You're like very cool lady.
This is why
We will
I'm
keep you around, yes.
totally not on the dating apps.
I'm just here to school you on how to be cool on Plenty of Fish. Like, here's how you get the dick pics, y'all.
I just want to.
You say,
I just
yes,
want to analyze
send them to me.
the background of them and then figure it out. So that's cool. Yep.
I always want to pull one up and see if you can find anything.
I know. I will scan through them. Yeah.
He has curtains. That's good.
Okay.
And
Wait. Go
tattoos.
back. Look at that. Oh, that's a good camera angle. Hold
Oh,
on.
that's my ass. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's got like a nice little gliss on them. Ew. Yeah. That looks like a hotel room.
Never put the
That's
flash.
a hotel room for show.
I don't know that I believe you on that one.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Well,
So this is what we do.
This is our life now. It's basically Kalia trolling for dick pics so Lauren can analyze the backgrounds. And we can pick them apart for this podcast. Because,
And share all the secrets. Because I don't understand Snapchat.
I'm learning. So
I'm
just
still like, it's still blowing my mind that it'll like let you know when someone takes a screen.
I mean, the whole point of Snapchat, Lauren,
Because like, you
is
might
that
as well just like kill yourself after that point. What if you're like a priest who's like,
then you don't get on Snapchat.
well, they do
The
all
point-
the time.
Okay.
No one's
I
ever
think,
going to learn. So you just kill it. It's just like an alert.
Lauren,
it's like,
the
please kill
priests
yourself now.
do the fucking research, I'm quite sure, before they send things on
You would
Snapchat.
be amazed.
Well, then maybe they're all killing themselves. I don't know. But I think it's
Please.
fairly common knowledge about Snapchat that it's the thing that people like about it is the pictures disappear or videos disappear. Not as soon as you open them, but you get one more chance to reload them, and then they disappear. So if you close that snap down, they're all gone. Theoretically forever into the ether. That's why I found men find this a prime spot to send you pictures of their penis. So
Where do all the dead Snapchats go? Let's get existential here.
to space.
Where on this plane of life do they
Where
go?
are the dead Snapchats?
Is there like a heaven for all the dead Snapchats?
I mean, the info must go somewhere, right?
Go straight to like the Snapchat hell,
Snapchat hell.
which is probably a huge party.
Snapchat purgatory.
Snapchat party. They're just waiting to be discovered.
I just wonder
Like, oh yeah, another person got a lawsuit. Yes.
someone, whoever owns
I'm
Snapchat,
free.
the CEO just has like massive files of just dead
Oh, for
Snapchats.
sure.
Nah, it'd be way too much data, but
Well,
maybe.
You got your bets on Snapchat?
No, actually, well, not with my face attached.
Well, that's good.
Here's what you should all know about nudie pics.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, honestly, frankly, I don't give a shit. Like, if I have a good picture with my face in it, I might send it. But usually, if I don't know the person, you just take like an angled picture that just shows fun bits but does not show your face. That way, if they try to release that or do some revenge thing or whatever the hell, or share it with their friends, it's not easily identifiable as you. So if you put your face in, know you're taking an extra risk. Be prepared to be okay with them showing their friends and maybe posting it on sites. I don't fucking know. But that just seems like a good awareness to have. If you're going to send a nude pic, just
hide
know
your
tattoos.
Your very specific tattoos.
I mean, I haven't gotten that far.
I have like Elmer.
Thank you,
Fudd,
Lauren, for
like,
the good tip.
Like eating out something.
Me
on
with
my
a
hip.
me with a massive
I should probably
arm
hide that if
tattoo
I'm
and
in.
a
Yeah.
fucking back tattoo that's pretty recognizable.
It's Elmer Fudd, just like sucking Bugs Bunny's dick on my head.
How have you kept that hidden from me?
Secrets. I kind of think I should get that tattoo.
You're like,
now,
I
just
use
my
nude
lower
colored
back.
body makeup every
That'd be
day.
a surprise. Be like, why? And I'll be like, I don't know. Why not?
Please don't do that. Don't you only have
Don't
one
challenge
tattoo?
me. Yes, I do.
Maybe consider the next one carefully. Rather, I mean, no, fuck it. Just get the Elmer Fudd fucking Bugs Bunny. That sounds fun.
I'm not going to do that. It sounds really...
God
well,
damn
maybe
it.
I will. Don't
Wow.
challenge. Well, if you
I
challenge
think
me,
you shouldn't. I think it's a really bad idea and
Okay,
it'd be really
thanks.
gross and terrible.
Okay, now I'm going to get it.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Welcome back to the Horrors in Room 6.
Horrors in room 6.
I have had some questions about why we have that name. You should find out later.
You know what? I think
It's
maybe,
not about whoring around.
I think in the next episode we might tell you
Yeah.
all.
Where does the root word horror come from?
So the root word of whore is from the German word horaz, which
Mhm.
means one who desires.
Yeah.
It certainly has taken on different connotations in our current day and age, but we say fuck that. We're going back to Old German because we like that version better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, whore just means one who desires.
We're going back, y'all.
We're going back to ancient languages, y'all. Not really. It's just whatever the fuck.
Ancient language.
Shut up. Old German. Basically an ancient language.
We've been editing for like 6 hours.
My brain
I
is
took a
little
nap.
dumb. Lauren took a nap, ate some fucking curry, watched some
I
shows.
had some curry and I was like, I'm sleepy.
I was like, oh, you eat curry full, bud? Go take a nap. It's fine.
I was like, they didn't put enough salt in this. She was like, well, good thing we have salt. I was like, ooh.
And she's like, why are you such a bitch? I was like, I'm just here to problem solve, motherfucker.
I was like, I'm going to take a nap. And we smacked each other.
Oh,
It's
with pillows in our
With
underwear.
pillows.
Yeah.
Palace.
Ew. Gross. Fun. Love it.
Anyway,
Anyway.
welcome back. Interviewing, we said, Chicago Tony. Fucking amazing, amazing man. He and his friends wrote these amazing books on barflies, like people that you would see at a dive bar.
Barflies and dive bar etiquette.
They're really funny. On the portraits from the poorhouse, they have in the back like a coloring area where you can draw your own barfly that you see. So they have like the lawyer that comes on,
Got the hugger.
the hugger. What
the
else we got?
educator is real
The
fun.
worker bee, the teacher, the big shot. A little about the transient rich. They're so good. So we'll definitely put a link in the website on how you can get these because they're great.
Yeah, super hilarious. So enjoy this amazing interview with Tony, the man, the myth, the legend.
He's amazing.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's happening. It's all real.
Hello.
Hello, how was work this weekend?
Oh, it was okay. Started out busy, ended up slow, but
What happened with the fight you were in the other day?
oh, yeah, it was a wedding party. Can you believe it?
Yep.
I can believe that. Yeah.
I don't know. They were being jerks. They didn't have any money, and I had to throw them out, and then they started punching me on the way out, so it turned into a brawl. And then we kicked them out one door, and then when I had to lock the door because it was almost last call anyway, so I went to the other door, and they kicked the door and then grabbed me and pulled me outside and started beating me up.
Holy shit.
Are you okay?
Yeah, but I couldn't eat for like 4 or 5. I ate cake for like 4 days until my jaw went down.
Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. Jesus.
I got the least of the damage.
I bet.
I haven't had a good butt kicking in a while, so I guess it was about time.
So yeah, it was good. It was good practice. Do you see those guys that were in there that one night or last night there? I can't remember. Drago or whatever.
Draco and Ivan.
The Serbian.
Were they Serbian?
Yeah, the real tall guy, bald.
Yeah, the one who kept one of them kept trying to grab your ass, and the other one really wanted to show Lauren his cool car.
Yeah, he does have a weird car. I peed on it.
Good. It looks like a dick. Because Lauren
Exactly.
wanted to see it, but I was like, fuck this.
I was
I
like,
want to
fuck
see
you
your
guys. I'm not going
expensive,
outside with you.
expensive bougie fucking car.
He tried to start a fight with me one night too, and then he's just very bizarre, that guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's strange. I mean, he was like, basically like, get in the car, we're going to my house. We're like, no.
He's like, no, it's right near your hotel. The views of the city are beautiful. Also, here's my driver's license. I don't know why he wanted to show us that.
He wanted to show his name was real or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, he's legit, you know.
Not a big
He
deal.
Then every so often, he's weird and kind of weird, you know what I mean? He's very touchy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's weird. I don't know. There's so many weirdos that come in there. It's really you guys would have to come in again to really.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
That was one of our favorite places.
What did you guys do? Anything exciting?
Let's see, we went kayaking.
Yeah. Took some river floating.
Yeah.
You guys are always doing something awesome.
You know, that's the only good thing about the place that we live is there's a bunch of cool outdoor activities. The bars suck, the food sucks, the people almost universally suck, but the outdoors is very pretty.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I'm living vicariously through you.
Well,
Yes.
it's her birthday tomorrow, so hopefully we're gonna.
I'm gonna be all of 32.
Get the fuck out, man. Are you excited?
Super pumped. I'm hoping it'll be the first birthday I don't cry.
Oh,
but
don't cry. Why do you cry on your birthday?
usually it's because I just decide that no one has made me feel special enough. I've usually not been given gifts by the people who I want to give me gifts. It's really self-indulgent. Like it's not good behavior. But I'm like, no one really thinks I'm important or special today.
Oh my God.
So I think I'm gonna cry about it. Drink a lot of alcohol because I'm sad.
That's me every day.
Hope we make you a good birthday tomorrow.
I wish I knew. I would have sent you something special.
Well, special enough to see your face right now. We've
Yeah.
missed you a lot.
I know.
Thank you. How's your one friend doing?
One
The
friend.
Jeff?
Long-haired guy, yeah. He lives in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives
I
in
know
like the
that.
suburbs outside. He hangs out like in the market a lot.
Yeah, we met him randomly in Ecuador at a hostel, having a bunch of people, and just kind of kept in contact.
You guys ever thought about writing a book?
Yep, that's the next move.
You need to write a book. I feel like you've had some.
I've written 2.
Have you really?
Yes, they're on Amazon.
Well, you're gonna have to send them to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, so okay, where have you traveled to? Doesn't have to be out of the country, just anywhere that had a strange instance or.
Well, I went to Amsterdam once
Go on.
and been to Jamaica, Canada. Nothing super exciting, just around the States.
What was Amsterdam like?
Amsterdam was nuts. Have you been there?
No, but we want to go.
Yep.
It's awesome. I went by myself
Oh shit.
because I had a voucher that I had to use, and my original plan was to go to Miami, but the airfare to Amsterdam was cheaper than flying to Miami. So I went, fuck it, I'm going to go to Amsterdam. I always wanted to go. And I was dating this girl that I wasn't happy with. So I figured this would be a good excuse to me to get out of,
Okay.
way, you know what I mean? It's definitely an eye opener. I mean, there are prostitutes everywhere out there, For some reason, I thought it was going to be like 2 blocks, but it's literally thousands of storefronts with prostitutes. Couldn't believe it. Like the oldest church in Amsterdam from like the 1600s, and literally right next door and across the street are prostitution booths. That would never fly in the United States. You know what I mean?
No, we're too
Nuts.
verklempt for it.
Yeah, that's
Oh my God, can you believe it? They have these awesome public bathrooms that are they're like stand-up bathrooms, urinals, and they feed directly into the canals. But it's really a good idea to stop people from peeing because there's so many wasted people there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
And I was excited because I was, for some reason, I was really into I wanted to see a live sex show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I saw that and was very disappointed.
Really?
Why?
It's not, I don't know. It was they were attractive, and it just seemed like to them it was like a job.
Wow.
I mean, it kind of is a job.
Yes, it is. Right. Probably, yeah, it is. It is their job. But there was no passion. I don't know what I wanted, really.
Well,
I
a
was
little light behind the eyes. There's some excitement there.
it was like a machine. Like they seem really bored by it, I think. And
Sounds like bad strippers, kind of along the same lines. Like,
Yeah.
it's performative, do what you got to do to make the paycheck, but you want to see a
I
spark.
did have an interesting story with do you guys like mushrooms at all? Do you ever eat mushrooms? I'm a big fan of mushrooms. I went through college pretty much selling mushrooms and eating tons of mushrooms, So I was in a funk. The night before I had eaten took some mescaline, and it really kind of bummed me out. I just got a bummer trip. I think I was thinking too much of what was going on with this girl. And I'm like, man, I just ruined my whole trip to Amsterdam. I'm bummed out. And it was my last night. And I thought, well, I know what I'll do to cheer me up. I'll do some mushrooms. So I went and I bought some. I went to the little shops there, and they didn't have mushrooms. They had psychedelic truffles,
Ooh.
which I don't know. I've never really at that point I'd never really seen a truffle before. I knew they're kind of like a mushroom. So they have peyote. They have all kinds of shit that they sell in these stores. It's really cool.
That's completely legal.
Totally legal. Yeah, 100%.
I love
And
that.
I was asked, I'm like, how long? I really wanted to try peyote. I'm like, how long is a peyote trip? And he's like, 3 days. I'm like, no, I can't do that because I'm going to be flying the next morning, So I'm like, oh, I'll try these truffles. I know mushrooms. I've done them so much. And so I get these truffles and it comes with this big sheet of paper with the Latin name and all kinds of shit. And then it has what to expect from your trip, like a brochure kind of a thing. And I don't need to read this. I'm a fucking mushroom master. Who needs it? So I ate them and they look like little golf balls, kind of. Yeah, very weird. And nothing happened, 40 minutes or something like that. And I went down and left my apartment or my hotel room. And I went to changed the money in and I gave the lady the money. And while I'm waiting for her to give me the guilders, they kicked in. And I was like, oh man, all right, here we go, and I got so high. I walked halfway to Belgium. I was so high. I was like, I got to get out of here. The red light is scaring me. And I'd walk really fast. I walked so far. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I feel better. I can go back now. And I'd walk back. And as soon as I'd hit the red light district, all the freakiness it was a terrible trip. Terrible.
Oh, no.
Terrible. I called home. I called my girlfriend at the time and she had told me like, don't do anything stupid in Amsterdam. I'm like, I don't even smoke pot. Get out of here. And I called her up and it was like 1 a.m. here. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I freaked out. And she starts screaming at me, which made it worse, right?
No.
So I gotta go. You don't understand me. And I hung up the phone and I walked for like 7 hours. I walked all over Amsterdam.
Holy shit.
I saw some really fucked up shit.
Like
but
what?
Just weird shit because you're on mushrooms, you know what I mean? Walking down the street and I saw this, I heard this cackling laughter. And there was nobody out. It was just me on this street and there was a canal. And then across from the canal was this old Gothic church right out of a Dracula movie. It was so cool. And I heard this lady was laughing and having a conversation with somebody. And I looked over and she was by herself. And I was like, she's really fucked up. And I'm like, that made me feel good that I knew that she was fucked up. So I knew I had a little bit better. You know what I mean? It was.
Sometimes someone's more fucked up than you.
It's like camaraderie.
Right. I was walking down another street and I came to a street and there was both sides of the street were lined with hundreds of bicycles. Nobody was on the streets and there was a wire going from one end of the street to the other and hanging from the wire was a neon sign that said help. And I was like, what the fuck? And here I was totally freaked out. I was like, is that for me? Is that even real? Like, I know what the fuck was going on. Anyway, I started to come down and I got back to my room. I'm like, where's that fucking sheet of paper with the dosage and stuff on there?
Instructions you didn't read.
The instructions, right? Yeah. So I was like a usual dose of mushrooms, like for a trip with me would be 1 gram. You know what I mean? That was always a good trip. I think one time at a Grateful Dead show, I ate 7 grams and I thought I saw a UFO and I had to leave. I got freaked out. I saw a UFO in the middle of an indoor arena. Yeah. I got directions and instead of 1 gram, I ate 37.
Jesus Christ. No.
I ate over an ounce. Yeah, I was.
You were trying to see Jesus that night.
Yeah. I kind of Sid Barretted myself from Pink Floyd, but I was fucked up for like 6 months afterwards. I was like just a mess. Really fucked with my head,
Yeah.
I had to I questioned, everything was like, what am I doing with my life? I had
an awakening, or was it
sort of, but it was more of a bummer.
Existential?
It was an awakening that I was in a terrible spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt terrible about everything and I got bummed out. I was bummed out. It took me a long time to get out of it.
Let's see, ayahuasca. We talked to some people who have done ayahuasca.
That's on my list, and actually I got offered to do that with a friend of mine. There was a shaman in town from the Amazon. And I got offered and I was afraid to say yes because of my last trip in Amsterdam was still freaked me. I'm still afraid. Like I'm afraid to even go near that stuff anymore. You know what I mean?
I mean, ayahuasca too will apparently make you shit your pants and vomit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We talked to a couple people in Ecuador because
They're like, no.
Some people did like
Not
ayahuasca
like
ceremonies. I think actually our friend Jeff had done like a mushroom ceremony, which I think you take like 4 grams of mushrooms and it's this whole guided thing, which that apparently was
4 is nothing. Try 37.
Fuck yeah, I don't think I will. That sounds fucking horrible. But yeah, the ayahuasca just sounds like a little too much. Yeah.
I got dosed at a Burger King a couple of years ago. This is an interesting story. I had to go to work and I was really hungry. And I'm like, I got to eat something before work. So there was a Burger King behind my apartment, and I ordered just one burger and a Coke. And it took, I'm not joking, over a half hour to get my burger and a Coke. I'm like, what the fuck are those guys doing? So I finally get it and I had to leave. So I'm eating, walking down the alley, and I took a couple of bites of my burger. I'm like, this tastes like shit. Tasted wrong. So I threw it away, had my Coke and stuff like that. And I called my Uber to go to work. And I'm halfway to work in my Uber, and I'm sitting, on the back seat, and I'm looking, all of a sudden I'm like, man, this guy's pattern on this guy's fabric is really interesting, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And I didn't realize it. And by the time I got out of the Uber, I was like, what the fuck is going on, And I started to get really paranoid, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And about 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I know this feeling. I'm fucking tripping right now. So I was at work tripping.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Why do you think, why did someone dose your burger? Do you think they were just like for shits and giggles?
No, I think I got the wrong. When I tell this story, too, thinks I'm crazy because, who's going to get dosed at Burger King? But I did, and I don't know why I did, but I haven't been to Burger King since.
I've heard that people sell, there's some employees that will sell drugs out of fast food restaurants. I always see.
There was a Wendy's over here that you could order a coffee with extra sugar and you get Coke, and, you could put it on your credit card. They had a whole scam going. This was back in the early 90s,
Yeah, so, that's clever.
That was very clever. Did you partake in that?
I did not. I'm not a fan of that stuff, really. People get a little annoying.
They can get annoying and aggro.
I think it's just from bartending. You have to deal with so many people that that used to do that kind of stuff. So I just kind of get turned off on it. It's not make you sexy.
No, and it makes your dick broken more often than not, which is just disappointing as the opposite gender who would like those dicks to work. Yeah,
I have problems with that. I don't need any help. just kidding. Just kidding. That was a joke.
Doing it in.
Wait, back to that. Wait, you did go to a prostitute in Amsterdam?
I did not go to a prostitute.
You didn't
go? I don't like that kind of stuff.
Oh, you don't like
I don't like prostitutes or strip clubs. I'm not a fan. I feel it's too fake. Like there's no thought of someone actually liking me.
Yeah. Oh no, they're not gonna like you. Yeah.
I do always love the men at strip clubs. Because we used to bartend next to a place, like the one strip club in Southern Oregon, the bar that we worked at together was literally shared a wall with. And it was always funny because I hang out there pretty often, but the guys who would go in and just dump buckets of money, think that they were special and that they were important.
Right.
Or the ones who, even better, the ones who didn't dump buckets of money but paid for one lap dance were like, no, she's super into me. I was like, bro, that's her fucking job. She doesn't give a shit about you.
Right.
They would come in and get a pre-work drink, and then we tell us what happened last night. What happened?
And they really don't. They have a lot of anger. That would be rough. You know what I mean? Having to pretend you like someone that's really gross. Think of all the smelly people you would have to deal with.
And you just have to do it.
I mean, and bartending is sometimes bad enough.
That's true. Yeah.
Bar. We have the protection of the bar in front of us. We have the option to kind of walk away.
That's a big thing. If I don't have, if I go to a party or something like that, I'm pretty quiet. But at the bar and I have a piece of wood, I could talk to anybody. But
dude, there's magic there. There's fucking magic.
Sure.
It's I remember when I would walk into work, I would not make eye contact with anyone until I got behind the bar, and I was like, okay.
And then and hello.
Yeah. Or when you have to go to the bathroom and you have to mingle with the crowd, and then
they catch you coming out of the bathroom like a real human being. You're like, no, don't think of me this way.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this moment.
Or if you see a regular out somewhere where you're out to dinner or something, and and you're like, yeah, okay.
Or you're grocery shopping and you're like, I don't know you right now.
I was bartending in New Orleans. I went out one night and one of the regulars was out and he picked me up and dropped me on my face and I broke my teeth.
On purpose he did that?
No, he was just trying to be flirty, but I was like put me down and he just dropped me on my face. And that was right when I got to the bar and he broke my front teeth.
Where did you bartend? New Orleans.
I bartended at a few places.
Did you ever work the dungeon?
No, but I loved the dungeon. I went there all the time. Yeah.
Isn't that a
great bar? My favorite bar. Yeah.
I loved it. I went there and I went, oh my God, I want to live here.
It's like a heavy metal bar. It's like really dark on the inside. They have cool fish tanks that are.
Now, isn't the dungeon? Do you know the story behind that? Is that true that it's in that house where they had found all those people?
Oh, I'm getting the stories. Dungeon's off of Royal, I think. What's the other heavy metal bar there that's more downtown?
I don't know. The dungeon's the one where you have to walk down. It's behind a bar. It's behind another building. You have to walk down a gangplank, like
That's in Frenchman Street. Oh no, yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, that's the dungeon. What did you hear about it?
That there's a story with New Orleans with some woman or
she hurt all her slaves and no, that's not the building.
Is it the one where the guy was he was an Arab prince or something like that?
Did you go on a haunted history tour?
No, but I like a lot of that stuff.
I went on one of those tours. I don't know if that's the specific one. If you are ever in New Orleans, you should go on one of those tours because it's really fascinating. But I don't think that was the building either. But I know which. I went on one. My buddy was doing them for a while. They're all like broken up into apartments. These like horrible places where these horrific things happen.
Did you hear about the one the guy that cooked his girlfriend in the stove?
Oh, that's fun.
There were two bartenders down there, and they stayed down there during Katrina, and they were living together. And the guy snapped and killed a girl and cooked her in the stove or something.
I don't know about that one, but I'm sure.
I'll send you the link to that when we get
link to it.
Please
so
do.
Haunted stuff. Every year for my birthday for a long time, I would go to the most haunted places and like bed and breakfasts in New Orleans or outside of it and stay by myself. And I never got haunted.
What?
I think I just want it so bad that nothing will ever haunt me.
The spirits can sense that she's too
this bitch
thirsty.
is desperate. It's not gonna happen.
They're like, she's not worth it. She's too excited.
I lived in a haunted apartment once.
You lived in a haunted apartment?
I did, and I worked in a couple haunted bars.
Tell us.
But the apartment was pretty bizarre. It was like a legit. This is everyone. I used to tell people, and they all thought I was making it up, but I'm not making it up. It's totally true. The walls would leak this oily substance. We couldn't figure out where it was coming from. We're like, why is it leaking? It was weird. It was like it felt like oil. A brown substance. And then had done some construction before we moved into the apartment. They made our apartment a duplex. So they connected our place to the basement. And every once in a while, the entire place would fill up with roses, the smell of flowers. And I was dating this girl who she wasn't really nice to me. You know what I mean? She turned out to be a jerk, but we would fight a lot. So a lot of stuff seemed directed at her, But one time we were downstairs and we had the barbecue going and stuff like that. And we heard, I had a dog and she had a dog and they were upstairs. We heard them go crazy, snarling, and we thought they were fighting. So she went upstairs and I stayed downstairs, and she came back down and her eyes were really big. She goes, "You got to come upstairs." I'm like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And she goes, "Go in the bedroom." And I go in the bedroom and her dresser is pulled out from the wall. And there's this stuff that on the floor. It looks like dried blood. I had to scrub it to get it off. And I'm like, "What, were the dogs fighting?" She's like, "No, the dogs are fine." And her dresser weighed about 150 pounds. And I thought maybe somebody tried to climb in through the window and grabbed onto her dresser and the dogs bit them. But then all the windows were locked. They were closed. And all the stuff on top of her dresser was turned upside down.
No.
And then sometimes my dog would just stand and stare at the corner and growl for no reason. And what else happened? There was another time where she got up from bed and went into the shower. When she came out, her dresser was pulled out again and everything was turned upside down on it, but nothing was messed with mine. It was all her stuff that things were problems for, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. And then one day we were going to leave and the cabinets flew open and all the dishes flew out all over the place. She had just bought
poltergeist.
Wait, you literally watched the dishes fly out of the cabinets?
She had just bought this dish set that she was super proud of, and she had spent so much money on all these dishes, and the thing flew open and they all shot out. Now, my apartment used to was a brothel a long time ago.
I was going to ask.
So I think maybe it was an old prostitute, and maybe she saw us fighting all the time. And she was mad at her because she was so mean to me that she decided to fuck with her all the time.
I like that theory.
It was weird, very weird. Like the smell, was freaky.
That's
I never put everything together until right before I moved out. The oil on the wall and then all this weird shit, But I would tell people and they all thought, "Oh, you're nuts." I'm like, "I'm not nuts.
No,
it's real.
It's real
Things,
I like that you had like a guardian angel, horror.
I did. Yeah.
Right. She's like, "No one's being mean to you."
Back to the
no, Tony, you were too nice.
That's awesome. Right. Did you ever feel scared too?
No, That's the weird thing about
That's interesting.
never scared by it at all. It was
But
all
she was.
towards her. Yeah, it's very. And then for a while, I drove a cab for a little bit, and I had picked up somebody, and I had to drop them off at that same building, turn into condos. And I said, she was going into my old apartment. Her friends live there now. It was a condo. You ever say anything about it being haunted? She's like, no. Why? And I told her the story. She's like, I got to talk to her and find out what's going on, But I wonder if maybe it was just because, they say when you do home remodeling and stuff, it stirs things up. So I thought maybe because they had done work in my apartment that it had stirred something up,
My dad was a general contractor, and he used to work in these old, I'm from Tennessee, grew up on Signal Mountain. He's worked on these old Civil War houses. So mansions in the brow. And he had a couple of pictures that are weird. He can't find them, but there's one where he's taking a picture with his digital camera, and it's just like this form that.
Oh, really?
Like a woman in like a plantation style outfit. He never felt anything he was there, but he took a picture of it. It's really weird.
Yeah, I hope you can find that.
I'd love to do that, but then I would be afraid of what if they follow me home or something,
Yep, because they could do that.
Then you call Lauren Holton. He's really desperate to get haunted.
That's right.
Be like,
here's my address.
Crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Like, go find her in Ashland. She really wants you.
Just like clear.
Are you guys roommates?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys sitting next to each other, or is it a split screen?
Oh no, we're together.
Oh, hi. When I was driving a cab, my second week driving a cab, I picked up this guy at a Union Station. He was in a 3-piece suit, and he was going to a work dinner, not far, in Little Italy. So, everyone always asks, why are you driving a cab, blah, blah, blah. And we started talking about stuff, and I told him I used to be a bartender. And he was asking me about this place that used to have fetish night. Once a month, they had a fetish night. I said, oh, yeah, I think that place is closed, and he started talking about fetishes and, oh, what do you think that's all about? And I said, I don't know, And as we get closer to the place, he says, listen, this is going to sound weird, but if I give you $20, will you let me smell your feet for 2 minutes? And I said, what? He goes, I'm not going to touch you. It's not sexual. I just want to smell your feet. You could put them through the little vent. The cab has the partition with the little box. He goes, you just put them up there and I'll smell them. I won't touch you. I promise. I won't do anything. I like to smell people's feet. And I was like, man, I don't feel right about that, And he's like, how about $50? And I was like, yeah, nah. He goes,
driving up the price.
Just for 2 minutes, right? Yeah, I know. He was really trying to give me the hard sell on smelling my feet,
Yeah.
And I really don't feel comfortable with that. I go, to be honest with you, I haven't showered or done laundry in, a while. And he was even better. Then I got freaked out about it. I'm like, no. He goes, well, let me ask you this. He goes, what kind of shoes are you wearing right now? And I said, oh, I have engineer boots on. He goes, oh. And I'm like, oh. He goes, well, I live up by Wrigley Field. Here's my name, my number. Call me if you ever drop somebody off up there. Call me. I'll run down. I'll smell your feet for 2 minutes. I'll give you $20. That's a good way to make $20. You'd have to drive your cab for a while to make $20, wouldn't you? I'm like, yeah, probably. He goes, okay, just give me a call. And I was like, okay, thanks. And he got out of the car. I was like, what the fuck did I just get myself?
That's my dream come true. I worked with this girl this guy came in and asked, he was like, can I give you $300 for your dirty, stinky sneakers? And she was like, yep. I was like, what? My feet are terrible. They're gross.
Lauren does have garbage feet.
They are garbage feet.
You need to go into a niche porn market for just.
I think it's oversaturated now.
I mean, we don't know until we try.
What's wrong with your feet?
They're stinky.
She's
just
got
a thing.
Little toe.
When I get anxiety, like my feet sweat, my hands sweat.
She gets weird feet sweats.
Yeah.
The skin peels off, but then hardens up.
Oh my gosh.
I'm fascinated by fantasies. There's this recent one we found called
biscuit crunching.
Biscuit crunching, where it's just you stepping on like crackers or a biscuit.
What?
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
People love it.
Easy. I was at the Smithsonian once, and they had an exhibit of a looped videotape of a woman sucking her own toes at the Smithsonian.
Was it like a fetish exhibit or?
It was just like, no, it was just in a room with a bunch of other stuff. And just in a corner was a monitor with a woman sucking her own toes. And I'm like, that's fucking in the Smithsonian. I could fucking do that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're calling art now? Jesus Christ.
Right. I had another guy wanted me to, he told me he was doing a art project he's an artist and he's doing for an art exhibit. He wanted me to squeeze a balloon till it popped and he videotaped me.
Balloon pumping. Really? We have a video of me
that
sitting
was
on
our
a balloon.
first TikToks ever.
Yeah. It's so funny to me, but I get it. But yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
I looked it up. I was like, I'll sit on a balloon for money. But like
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
oversaturated.
it's out. Is it really? I mean, I don't know. There's a video of me out there somewhere popping a balloon in my cab. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
But
you need to get paid for that shit, son.
Baby
Hey,
boy.
Look it up on the internet. It's like balloon popping, it's like biscuit crunching. There's some other
Cigarette-
funny ones.
there's cigarette smoking.
Maybe. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure.
There's,
there's one for smelling farts. That's one.
there's what?
There's a fart smelling fetish.
No.
I'd be really good at that.
Nylons, right? There's a
Yeah.
or some ball crunching. We all know about the ball crunching.
Oh, for sure. That, I mean, isn't that every
What is
woman's
that?
dream?
Ugh.
Fucking stepping on dudes' balls, or just
With like
that's
high heels, with
terrible.
with like the stilettos and crunching them.
it's a little dark in some ways. Dude, I just got on this. So I've been on a lot of dating apps. There's sort of tiers of them. There's the Tinder, there's Hinge, there's Bumble. Kind of the bottom tier I've learned is called Plenty of Fish. And the shit I have been offered on there. Like,
It's like a prostitution link.
some guy offered me 10 grand to hang out with him. And I was like, what's involved? He's like, I'm going to kiss you, massage you, and talk to you. Someone else wanted to like bang in a bush for $300.
Well, when she told me the 10 grand thing, I was like, do it. She's like, no, this guy doesn't look 10
This guy
grand.
does not have 10 grand. He has fewer teeth than he has. Face.
Right. You never come home.
Yeah, but there was one who just randomly was like, "Hey, you want to make $100?" I was like, "All right, what do I got to do?" He's like, I just want phone sex for 10 minutes." It's like, okay.
Kalia came and she was like, this guy wants to. I was like, do it, totally do it, but let's look him up. Let's look up the ramifications.
So I was like, "Give me 30 minutes." So did our due diligence, found out it's not
scoured the
legal.
internet.
Yeah, we like looked up, like found like Reddit threads with like lawyers saying like, actually, no, this is not, this is all legal and above board. And if it's not, people really prosecute for it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. This guy sent me his phone number. I know he's in Redding, California. I know the name of his mother and sisters because you can find out anything on Google. Like,
You knew what it looked like?
yeah,
Yes, he had a profile picture. So we were
Did.
like, we just want to make sure it was like legit. And I was like, ask the money for upfront.
I was
Yeah.
like, all right, 50 right now, 50 afterwards.
She was like, he sent it. I was like, get after it, I guess.
He said,
Go have your phone sex for me.
why not?
I mean, honestly, it was like 18 minutes of just fucking.
8 minutes.
I mean, I gave him more than
What the hell?
he was paying for. It didn't seem like that long.
You gave him foreplay and everything?
Oh, it was filthy, baby. I tell you
She's
Oh
what.
my-
super creative. So it's, it's just like her, like, yeah, you're super great. I was in the other room, like watching Real Housewives or something.
Oh, and the funnest part was the last like 6 minutes of this interaction was him telling me about how he knows someone else whose name is either Kahlua or Kalia, but that she wasn't into him and she actually started dating or banging her cousin. And I was like, okay, this has been fun. I gotta go now.
Yeah, he wanted to talk to you. So
They're like, sweetie, your time is up.
and then he sent the $100 in 18 minutes.
Did you ever hear from him again?
Oh, sure did.
Should have blocked him.
Yeah, he then hit me up the next day and was like, oh, baby, I need you, blah, blah, blah. But I can only pay $50 this time.
She was like, nope.
And I was like, no, sweetie, we're not doing it now.
Should have charged 150.
Price ratchets up because
Did you ever watch those documentaries on HBO that were back in the day as like Pimps Up, Hose Down, and where they had like girls on the stroll? It was all about girls on the stroll, and they would mic them, and you could hear the girls in the car with this guy, and it was so fucking weird. And the guy kept talking about he wanted her to take a spoon and stick it up his butt and eat his poop and all kinds of weird shit.
And so people are some weird things they have to hide.
She had to pretend that she was into it, She's like, oh, I'd love to do that. And I was like, this is so bizarre. You guys I gotta find a link for this stuff, but they're great documents. Would love them.
yeah, please send them to us because that sounds right up our alley.
So the frail goatee drug dealer promised you that you'd have the time of your life at that party. But now it's turned into a straight nightmare.
You try to put on a fun face while everyone around you is dancing with abandon and socializing, but inside the past is rearing its ugly head and reminding you of that time when you knocked over the whole Apple display at Whole Foods, that Christmas where all the books you got from your parents were self-help books, or that time you ate shit at the airport Applebee's.
Tripping alone is a situation that can take a lot out of you. You wanted to see the trees turn sparkly colors and enjoy the patterns on the nearby couch, but you find yourself in the throes of paranoia with seemingly no way out.
The isolation is enough to make you hide in the laundry hamper and cry.
Introducing
The Faded and Afraid app. Launched in 2021 to help alleviate the fear of the social situations we've been avoiding since quarantine, the Faded and Afraid app uses location-based and fear perspiration technology to detect the other people drowning in a mind-altering pit of despair who are also scared and lonely.
In fact, 2 out of every 100 people at parties are slipping and sliding through an existential crisis as well.
At Faded and Afraid, we've created a safe place where you can locate, traverse, and connect with other scared drug introverts.
Find that someone to share a laundry hamper cry with. It may make you feel better.
Faded and afraid.
Never trip alone again. Don't expect to be friends with them after. It'll probably be a moment no one wants to remember.
Hey, y'all. So we wanted to tell you about another really cool podcast we feel like you should listen to. It's called Don't Wreck Yourself. And it's a podcast dedicated to uncovering kernels of truth embedded deep within the internet.
Every Tuesday, Matt and Ryan get to the bottom of spurious, weird, and downright absurd claims and questions.
You can find out why cartoon Garfield novelty phones have been washing ashore in France for 35 years, or why hell meat inexplicably fell from clear Kentucky skies in 1876.
You can listen to Don't Wreck Yourself wherever you get your podcasts.
How did you guys meet each other?
We worked together. Yeah, I moved here from New Orleans, came all the way to Oregon.
It was real funny because I had just taken over running this whiskey bar. So it was like my first like bar managing job. So I was really determined to do a good job. And she came in to apply and she had her resume on like an iPad, which I just thought was like, well, shit, I think this is what cool city people do. So, and I'm reading her shit and she's like, she's bartended in New Orleans for, over a decade. She's done all this cool stuff. I knew that she knew like cool bar people who I kind of knew across the country. And it took me about 4 days of like sitting on this like idea of this resume being like, if I hire this bitch, she's probably going to take my job.
All right, yeah.
And I was like, you know what though? If I'm not good enough at this to like maintain my position, then don't be a little bitch, Kalia. So I hired her. Well, I told the owners that we should hire her, and we did. And then it was the best decision that ever happened because
we were both awkward as fuck.
It's true.
I think we hide it well.
We present well. We've got good bartender vibes where, like, again, behind a bar, like I can talk to literally anyone.
Mm-hmm.
If you put it in public,
at a party, I don't want to. I'm like,
please, Jesus, you'll find me in the corner sucking down booze. I'd be like, please don't make me down to people.
It must be a thing because if we all met each other at a party, we'd probably never talk to each other.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We'd all just stand.
We'd talk to you. We'd be like, that guy looks cool.
No, we would think that from across the room and be like, we're not approaching them. That would be weird.
I'd like to talk to them. Afraid to say do it. Those girls, they were cool looking.
They look super neat as I saw them across the room and never approached.
Right.
Them. It seems dangerous.
Dangerous.
What made you leave New Orleans?
I just needed a change, more or less.
Did you like it down there, or did you get grossed out after a while?
I loved it down there. I lived there for like 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
I love it. My dad still lives outside New Orleans. My sister still lives there. So I visit often. Good buddies there. But yeah, after a while, it wears on you. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. Really cool people, really cool traditions and stuff. But I just need a change. So I came out to the West Coast.
Lucky for me.
Yeah.
Got it, because I'm from the South.
You had to go tubing? You guys go tubing?
Oh, in New Orleans or outside?
No. And where you guys do stuff like tubing and
kayaking recently.
Kayaking.
We got an inflatable kayak named Shirley. Yesterday when we went, we forgot the inflatable seats. So I fell out, but I was fine.
So we had one set of oars for this inflatable kayak that seats 2 people. I had the bag of like the sundries, the phones, and I think I was playing music on Lauren's phone. So we're going down some rapids. Lauren's paddling. I'm just like holding the things. And then we hit this really big rapid, and I just sort of see her pop out of the boat. A life jacket followed her out of the boat, thankfully. But I'm like, well, I can do nothing for her. I'm just going to keep the shit dry.
I remembered how you're supposed to fall in rapids. You put your feet forward and float to the top.
Yep, she did great. She popped right back up.
Our other roommate was like, "You're gonna be okay." And then
I was like, "The things are dry."
Please got my new phone and popped back in, and it was great.
Sounds freaky. You guys ever been to Austin?
Yeah, Austin, Texas.
Yeah,
plenty of times. One of my best friends is from there.
I like Austin. It's a nice town. Have you been there, Kalia?
Have not. No, I've never been anywhere other than in airports like east of Nevada. Well, no, Chicago, obviously. But beyond that, that's the furthest I've gotten across the country. It's mostly just been West Coast based.
Yeah, our next plan is to take a road trip across the United States. Hopefully.
How about New York City?
Oh,
I've been there.
Yeah.
That's a good town.
That's a good time. Chicago people are like more personal.
Chicago's incredible. I was really surprised.
We got off, got an Uber from the airport, and the guy was super nice.
My friend's Jim, I think his name was.
Chicago is like a small town of New York City.
Exactly. New York's cool. I like New York. But Chicago's my favorite.
I went to. Did you ever go to South Padre? You ever go to like spring break in South Padre?
I never went to. Did you go to college in Texas?
No, but I went to spring break in Texas.
Oh
so.
no, no. We would go to like either Florida or Florida because it was hilarious. But I've heard of stories of.
We went down there with. I went with my roommates, and we didn't have a place to stay. My mom was a flight attendant, so we had free flights. And when like the drop of, we just figured, fuck it, let's go. And so we figured we had some friends coming down in like 5 days, and we could stay with them. And until then, I rented a car. We figured we could rent a car, we could sleep in our car, or we could figure it out when we get down there. You know what I mean? So I ended up bartering people with, rides. We'll give you a ride to your place if you let us use your shower, blah, blah, blah. And we also brought 6 pounds of mushrooms with us.
Oh my God.
So
Bell the ball.
Right. It was so we were we were at the main part of the beach there, and we had gotten this job with Corona as tanning consultants. Don't ask me how this happened, but we were working
How did it? You just don't remember how that happened? You're just like, here.
My roommate was a real character, and he would get us in situations all the time. But he, I don't know how we started talking to this guy at the Corona booth, but he became like our best friend. We hung out with him every day, and he ended up hiring us, and we were just tanning. So we'd tell people according to their skin, what kind of lotion they would have to use. And we didn't know shit about it, but it worked. You know what I mean? And we went to Mexico, and I saw a donkey show, like a donkey lady.
How was that?
I felt bad for the donkey. It was like something like, oh yeah, let's go. And like, not even a minute, like 30 seconds into it, and it's like, let's get out of here. This is
You always think it's gonna be exciting, and then you walk out just depressed.
It was. That was another thing. It was kind of like the live sex show in Amsterdam, but different.
Just a little bit different.
Have you been to Mexico?
Yes.
Barely.
Yeah, that was weird. We were at that little border town. We ended up buying. My roommate bought drugs from a federale, and it was just very bizarre. It was bizarre. One was funny though. One time we bartered these guys to use their showers, and it turns out that this was back before ecstasy was illegal. They had 1,000 hits of ecstasy with them.
Jesus. So
we got together with our mushrooms and their ecstasy. And there was one night, they had these huge clubs down there that hold like thousands of people. They're like big warehouses. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I never been to one. They're like, you host a random party, and then you have like balloons with.
Yeah, but we turned the entire island on one night. We got everybody so fucking high all over the place. Wish somebody would film it. I was back then. It was funny though. That would have been a good video to have. Ended up singing one of those karaoke video things. Do you remember those? You would sing, and then they would have like a background behind you.
Yeah.
It was video karaoke. I ended up doing "It's My Party" and "I'll Cry If I Want To."
Did you have a dramatic cry on stage too?
No, but I did it really deadpan. That was the whole point. Was I going to have this videotape? It was going to be real funny. And I got home and I popped the videotape in, and it was blank. And I think they gave me the wrong one. So someone has a videotape, and this, like, who's this fucking guy singing "It's My Party" and "I'll Cry If I Want To"?
I love that shit.
If that ever would pop up, that would be unbelievable.
That would be amazing. Absolutely.
Or recreation. That could be fun too.
Yeah, you could recreate it. I'm sure there's a cool background.
I've done that many times. Yeah. Are you guys working tonight?
Nope. No, it's Sunday.
You don't work on Sundays?
Nope.
It's the Lord's Day.
It's the Lord's Day. Yeah, please send us a link to your books too, so we can promote it.
I will. One is called, I don't even know what the fuck they're called anymore. It's been so long. Dive Right In, I think. It's a dive bar etiquette book.
Oh my God.
More like a brochure, really. It's only like 15, 20 pages, and the other one is called, I can't think what the other one's called. It's been so long since
We'll find them. I just want to promote them. So
dive right in. I found you on Amazon.
Oh yeah, hey, that's me.
I also have a question. When you go to new places, is one of the first places you stop at a bar, especially if you're new to it?
Always.
Just like meet somebody, right?
Yes.
That's what we do. We met the most interesting people we always stop at a bar when we go to a new spot.
How do you judge the bar? Do you judge it by the outside, or do you research it, or how before you go?
I mean, when we're in Ecuador, we can really do that much research.
Kind of combo pack. Just like whatever looks
kind of like at the people
shitty inside there.
Right.
If it looks
I like
a
dive
shitty
bars.
dive bar, we're into it. I just ordered your book.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, sure thing.
I'm the same way.
I like a shitty dive bar. Those are the cool ones that are. We went to one the other day that was like.
We went to a dive bar.
Like a dive bar.
Yeah.
branding iron. It's like full carpeted floor, carpeted walls in the bathroom, which is an
Pretty sure it
interesting
was
choice.
pretty white. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean they had a shuffleboard table and a great deal of plaques from people winning shuffleboard tournaments, which was cool, I guess.
But we walked out, and the whole place was like, "Scoot."
Was it hillbilly-ish or what?
It was like white trash to the max, like
Oregon hillbilly.
beer and wine only, which is
Yeah.
fine, cash only, which is fine, but just like every head in that place just like turned like on a swivel.
Yeah.
Because we went in looking nice as we do, because when we exit our house, we like to try to present well. It's rare. So it was just like
You're
this
like,
old, like half-dressed woman
it's
was just like
saddling up in the
drinking her Seagram's wine coolers out of the bottle, just like giving us stank eye the whole half hour we were there.
You didn't have to buzz in. Those are always good bars where you have to buzz in.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Yeah.
I love the buzzing bar.
I found a buzzer. There's several buzzers in the place that I work at now. I found a new one. They moved a cooler out of the way, and there was a buzzer behind the cooler. What the fuck is this doing here? I'm afraid to push.
Awesome.
Afraid they still might be connected to something, and someone might come yell at me about it. You know,
You're like, don't
Why-
touch the button.
You're like, did you touch this button?
that buzzer hasn't rang in 40 years.
You rung the poltergeist back into the bar with your pressing of the buzzer.
Ah,
Nightmares. Stuff of nightmares. Good old buzzer.
I tried. The only bars I don't like to go to when I go to a new city is Irish bars.
Why is that?
I don't know, because I figure they're all kind of universal. They're all kind of the same place. You know what I mean? I would rather try and find something more.
They always have like Guinness Post.
Yeah. They always have stuff on the walls. You know, like so they're all kind of like copies of each other. You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather try something different. You know, look, the weirder the better. You know.
What's the weirdest dive bar you've been to?
Oh man, I'd have to think about that for a second. I was at a place in New York City. I went on my first night there. Same thing. I went walk. The first thing I did in New York City was I went to this bar, and it was a basement bar, so you had to go downstairs. And it was like there was like two of every type of person in this bar. The bartender had a mesh tank top on and a cowboy hat, and then there was leather guys, there was businessmen, there was like a little bit of everything. And I think also because it was just really weird. But I can't think of like the place I work at might be the weirdest.
That's been my favorite dive bar I've been to in a very, very long time.
There's some weirdos in there, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
There was one girl came in with she had a see-through shirt on, and I mean see-through. It wasn't just a hint, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She kept wanting to go in the basement. Will you take me in the basement? And I said, no, I'm not going to take you in the basement. Why not? Take me into the basement. I'm like, why do you want to go in the basement? I just want to go in the basement. Take me in the basement. I'm like, nope, not going to take you in the basement. The fuck? Why?
Did you find out what she wanted to do in the basement?
No.
Was it you in the basement she wanted to do?
Maybe. I don't know. But I don't know if she was dressing that way, hoping that I would take her in the basement. The basement, it's a basement. It's disgusting.
Also, I didn't know you had a basement. Otherwise,
I
I
didn't
would be
either.
that chick and be like, so.
See? That's where we keep our chickens for our hard-boiled eggs in the basement. I tell people that and they believe me.
We hand make our own pickling juice for.
Then they show me. I go, oh, here, look, here's a picture, and I have a picture of these chickens smoking cigarettes. So I show them pictures of that, and they're like, "No way, is that really?"
You're like, no, it's real.
People are very gullible. You ever notice that?
Yeah. And you say it with a deadpan face and you don't break character, and they're like, well, I guess it must be true.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do. Just say hot nonsense and see what people believe. Because
used to work-
they'll just roll with it.
You always have a good dive bar, especially if there's some kind of pickling liquid on the bar,
Yeah.
like something in it.
There was a here that sold pickled eggs, and that was always a mystery.
How to pickle? I mean, eggs. I have a weird relationship.
Are you grossed out by eggs?
Certainly, pickled eggs for sure. Absolutely.
What's wrong with you?
Have you had a pickled egg?
Yeah.
Would you eat like a pickled pig's foot? Probably. Okay. Well, we got some places to go.
Wow.
I would, yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm too scared.
Honestly, there's
No.
almost nothing I wouldn't eat if put in front of me.
You said
I've seen bartenders like literally pick out the
Yeah,
egg
yes.
in their hands. And you're like,
true. That's how it was done in the old days.
That vinegar will probably kill any germs on their paws. You're probably fine.
Are you grossed out by other people's feet?
no, feet don't bother me.
Do they bother you, Julia?
No.
I don't want to lick feet. I just
Some people get really freaked out. Like, if you touch them with your foot and they get all freaked out. I never understood
I mean,
fear of
it's another body part that, depending on the person. I mean, some people, I wouldn't want any part of their body to touch me.
Mama used to feed them with her feet.
I
She
did,
was
foot
some
smacked.
kind of traumatic. Used to get foot smacked. Some probably trauma that happened in their childhood. I have no idea.
I don't know. I've got like ballet feet, so I've just got like crinkled toes and weird calluses that will never quite
You
straighten.
used to be a ballet dancer?
I did, yeah, for about 8
Oh,
years.
that's cool.
Yeah, it was neat. I was just never flexible enough.
Did you do it professionally?
No, I went to the coolest thing I did was when I was about 18 is I went to LA in Anaheim. There's basically the West Coast version of ABT, the American Ballet Theater, that has a company on the West Coast. So I went and danced for a month there, 10 to 12 hours a day you're dancing. And This is how fucking stubborn my body is after all that time, I still could not do a full split. I can spin very fast. I can jump very high.
Fuck that.
But I just do not have a body that's made to be flexible. I'm short and muscular and can run far.
You know, they had the Joffrey in Chicago. You didn't go by. Did you when you were?
We need to get back. We didn't have enough time to do everything.
I mean, yeah, 4.5 days is not enough. So we'll definitely be back sooner than later.
I'll hook you guys up some good spots.
Yes.
Another reason like going to bars is great because you meet all the local people and who, you know.
What would have happened if you didn't meet me? What would have happened with your trip in Chicago?
It wouldn't have been nearly as cool.
It would have been way less cool. Seriously, honest to God, way less cool.
You're the one place we went back to twice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And it's the best. Yeah, we just kept raving about you after you left. Like, that guy's amazing.
I still do. I'm like, you would not believe. We go to this bar for the second time.
That guy's got
mom
stories.
I got like a full outfit.
Jam jams that you got?
They're not jam jams.
Stars are not jam
jams. It's a beautiful Hawaiian outfit.
Yeah.
Was treating you pretty good?
Dude,
she gets compliments on it all the time.
I've worn that out more than 4 times since I've been back.
I thought you'd be wearing it today, to be honest with you. I was looking forward to it.
I mean, I put it on now, but now it would seem performative, so I can't. But next time I see you.
Save it for next time.
It's gotten a lot of use, I'll tell you that.
I tried to fit into it, but I couldn't get into it. So.
I know, I love that. Oh, did you take pictures?
Of me trying to get into it?
Huh?
God damn it, Tony.
I thought about it, but I thought, no.
Well, next time we come visit, I'm bringing the outfit, and I'm going to hope.
She's going to take you down to the basement and that's, yeah.
Be like, Tony, I need you to come to the basement, put this outfit on for me. Nothing weird's going to happen. Just us and the chickens.
Sure, that'll be awesome.
Well, so, Tony, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was very nice to talk to you guys.
You can talk to us anytime. We're always around. But no, this is good. Yeah. These are some good stories, and I'm excited about.
Super appreciate you.
If I can think of any other ones, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let us know.
We can do this again.
We can always do this. And I'm really looking forward to. I'm so happy that you wrote books. That's so cool.
I'm so happy to receive yours on July 28th.
Well, please let me know what you think.
Oh, well, fucking will.
I want a full review.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Love you.
Love you.
Have a good
Miss
day.
you so much.
Holy shit.
What a man, what a man, what a man,
What a
mighty
man,
good man.
Mighty good man.
Stories for days, bud.
Holy shit.
I still love the story of the protective ghost
protective
prostitute. Whore? Yeah, the protective whore.
Mm-hmm.
She smelled like roses. That's nice.
I like that.
I also I think we need to explain the outfit that you had.
Oh, yeah.
Because that didn't get explained.
Yeah, we didn't really go into that.
We showed up on our last day and our mom dumped butt pants to the bar.
We did.
And sweet Chicago Tony came up. We were like, look at our pants. He was
Like,
like,
look at our outfits. He's like, I got an outfit in the car if one of you want to try it on.
we were like, oh, we look terrible.
And I was just like, absolutely, I do. So he brings back this 2-piece Hawaiian adjacent print set. So it's like a lot of green ferns and like sort of a white background.
I mean, they're kind of jams.
They're definitely jam adjacent.
They're not night pants. They're day jams.
Yeah, they're day jams.
Mm-hmm.
Like cute little shorts, little button up, the collar. I actually looked shockingly good in it.
You looked amazing. He was like, do you want to wear this? And I was like, no, I bet Kalia will. And
I'm
I was
like,
like, went to the
give
car
me
and
now.
changed into
I was like,
what I was wearing
I'm
before.
putting these clothes on in the bathroom at this moment. Came out and was like, I look delicious.
I came back in the bar. I was like, damn.
I was like, hello.
Everyone was like, hey, hello. How are you? What's your name?
I'm like,
Are you
hey,
exotic?
it me, Kalia. No, I'm not.
With
But
your
I tried
exotic
hard.
day jams?
Exotic day jams at night times.
Yeah, they look great. That was like
Thanks.
the coolest gift ever.
It's been one of my cooler going out outfits. So, thanks again, Tony. You've been the tits.
Oh, Tony, you're amazing.
Oh, Tony. Love that
What a
man.
man.
What a man. So, I'll be honest. I'm not sure what we're talking about next week. But I think what we might do, just to tease y'all
Ooh.
and get you excited, is tell you how next week we will finally tell you the story of how we came to the name
The Whores in Room 6.
The Horse in Room 6. So, stay tuned. Thank you for listening.
Subscribe, download.
Please subscribe and download and follow and all those
Download.
things. We like
Download.
those numbers are good. We need those numbers. You guys are amazing.
And we love you guys.
We love you and thank you again for listening. We appreciate you.
The Whores in Room 6.
Whores in Room 6. Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.